Hi everyone, hope you all had a good time, okay? So, let me ask you something. See, this age is, we say, modern age, is the age of computers, we say, okay? What is a computer? Computer is after all a machine, right? So, modern age is the age of machines. We can say modern age is the age of machines. Why? Because machines play a very vital role in our lives, in our day-to-day life. Wherever we see, look around, all machines are there. Where at home, then at workplace, etc., right? At home, scissors, knife, blade, they are all machines. We can say simple machines. Here comes our lesson, simple machines. Simple machines. Then at workplace, then on the road, in the sea, air, we can see different kinds of vehicles like car, bicycle, aeroplane, ship, all are made up of machines. Just look the objects around you. In classroom, what all objects we can see in the classroom? Board is the door, desks, benches, etc., isn't it? Then outside, as I said earlier, vehicles, car, bicycle, or daily things what we use, soap, pen, paper, isn't it? So all these objects are made up of machines, okay? All these objects are made up of machines. That's why I said you earlier, machines play a very important role in our day-to-day lives. Actually, what is a machine? Machine, it is a device which makes our work easier, or which makes our work so fast, so convenient, we say, okay? So there are different types of machines around us, or simple machines around us, like knife, blade, scissors, wheel and axle, pulley, etc. They are all called simple machines, okay? They are all simple machines, we say. Even the nail cutter which you use to trim the nails, it's a kind of machine. Stapler is a kind of machine, isn't it? Did you understand? Okay. Now, some machines, even in the kitchen you can see, broomstick, right? Broom. Your mother or your servants use the broom to sweep the floor, right? So in science, this broom is also considered as a machine. How you know? Actually, when we clean the floor using the broom, what is happening? We are applying some force. What is force? What is force? Force means the push or pull on an object. It is called a force. Okay. So we are applying some force when we are sweeping the floor, isn't it? On the broom. On the handle of the broom, we are applying some force. So broom in turn transfer this force to the floor and the work is happening, or the work is done, we say. What is the work over there? Sweeping the floor, isn't it, using the broom. So we are applying some force on the broom, on the handle of the broom, and broom in turn transfers that force to the floor and the work is done. Example. So another example I say, like when you are running. We are applying force while running. Whatever we are doing, whatever work we are doing, we are applying some force over there. Okay. So you are running, you are applying some force and the work is done. What was the work there? Running, isn't it? So to do the work, we need some energy, right? And where does this energy come from, children? Energy comes from the food we eat, isn't it? So work is done when we apply force on that. Or energy is called the ability to do work. Okay. So machines are devices which makes our work so easier, or so comfortable, so convenient and faster also. And there are different types of machines around us. Simple machines are there. Some machines are complex machines also. Example, our bicycle. It is a complex machine. Why? Because it is made up of large number of simple machines. 2 or 3 simple machines together make that bicycle. So it's called a complex machine. Okay. This complex machine is also called as compound machines. Isn't understood? Okay. So children, as I said you earlier, there are different types of simple machines. Now we are going to learn about types of simple machines. Types. How many types of simple machines are there, you know? There are different types of simple machines are there. First one is lever. L-E-V-E-R, lever. So first we are going to learn about lever. Okay. Do you enjoy playing on seesaw in park and all? There are many rides like slide, ladder, then swing, seesaw, isn't it? So do you enjoy playing on seesaw? Yes. And you know, seesaw is a machine. Means you are sitting on a seesaw, right? You and your friend. That means you are enjoying a machine over there, because seesaw is a machine. How? Why? Or how? Suppose if I am asking you to lift your friend so high, will you able to lift your friend so high? No, it's not that possible. It's not possible actually, isn't it? But when you and your friend are sitting at the both ends of a seesaw, you will able to lift your friend high. Okay. When you are going down, your friend is going up, isn't it? Yeah. So, and when your friend is coming down in the seesaw, you are going up, isn't it? So, when you and your friend are sitting at both the ends of a seesaw, there is a fixed point in the middle, at the center we say. There is a fixed point at the center of the seesaw. Okay. That fixed point is called nothing but fulcrum. F-U-L-C-R-U-M. That fixed point is called the fulcrum. And the force you applied to lift your friend, you are here. You are here, your friend is here. Okay. And the force you applied to lift your friend up, this force is called effort. And your friend at the other end is the load. L-O-A-D. Okay. So, this is the functioning of the simple machine lever, or parts we say. Okay. Lever is a simple machine which we use to lift heavy objects, or to lift to make our work easier. We use the simple machine lever. Okay. Another example we say, in our day-to-day life you have seen, like suppose your father brought gulab jam bottle or tin from outside, from shop, and you love gulab jam like anything. So when your father brought this, on the spot itself you want to eat. So but you are not able to open it, the tin, the lid of the tin. Suddenly you got an idea. Get a spoon. You got a spoon from the kitchen. Then you are trying to open the lid of the tin with a spoon, with the help of a spoon. So here spoon acts like a simple machine, because spoon is making your work easier. Yes or no? You are not able to open the tin, lid of the tin with your hand, right? So you took the help of the spoon. Spoon made your work easier, isn't it? So the handle of the spoon, or the spoon's face touches the lid, isn't it? Opening of that lid. That point is, as I said, fulcrum. And the handle of the spoon, where you are applying the force, it is effort. And the lid opened, it is the load. Understood? You can see the picture over here. Someone is trying to open the lid of a tin using spoon. Okay. So let us see your textbook, what is written on it. Okay. So here various types of simple machines are. First one, lever. A lever is a simple machine. It consists of a rigid rod, a strong rod, okay, ROD, which moves freely about a supporting or a fixer, that is the fulcrum. This fixed point is the fulcrum. There are two more points, as I said you earlier, effort and load. Example, consider the lifting or moving of a very heavy object from the ground. From the ground we are trying to lift a heavy object. There are two ways to do it. One is to lift it directly with the hands. As I said you earlier, you want to open the lid of that gulab jam tin using the hand, okay, but you couldn't, that's why you took the help of the spoon. Here also two ways are there to lift any heavy objects from the ground. Using your hands you can lift it. The rigid rod is a lever called crowbar. What is it called? Crowbar. And the crowbar makes the lifting of a heavy object easier. You can see the picture over there. A man is trying to lift a big stone using the crowbar. The heavy object lifted is the load. Here that man is trying to lift the big stone, right? A rock type. So it is the load. The force applied to lift the load. The man is applying force on the handle of that crowbar. That force applied is the effort. The support around which the rod moves is called the fulcrum. Support means down part where that crowbar and the rock meets. That point is fulcrum. Now you understood the simple machine lever, children. You can see this simple machine all around us in our day-to-day life. Okay. So children, our next type of simple machine we are going to learn is inclined plane. Second one, inclined plane. Inclined plane. First simple machine we learned as lever, isn't it? L-E-V-E-R, lever. Now we are going to learn about the second type, inclined plane. Okay. So what is a plane, you know? Plane is a flat surface. A plane is a flat surface. And what is incline? Incline means a slope. Incline means a slope. Like this, a slope. So plane is a flat surface like this, and incline means it is a slope. So inclined plane is a flat surface where one end is higher than the other. This is called the inclined plane. This is called the inclined plane. An inclined plane is a flat surface where one end is higher than the other. Okay, this is an inclined plane. Examples of inclined plane, we can say a ramp or stairs, ladder and slide. These are all examples of inclined planes. Okay. So, how it is used to lift heavy objects, or it will make our work easier by lowering the load. That is the use of a simple machine. With less effort, with less force, we are able to do more work. That is called simple machines, and we are learning about types of simple machine. This is the second type, inclined plane. Okay. Now how do we use this inclined plane in our day-to-day life? See, at our home, we can use this, we are using this instead of steps, instead of climbing steps. You can see ramps over the surfaces like offices or in hospitals. Person on wheelchair, they won't be able to climb steps, right? So they are free to move on the wheelchair on ramps, isn't it? Then instead of climbing steps. Stairs is also an example of an inclined plane. You have seen maybe the construction site and all, where we construct buildings, houses and all. You can see a truck carrying materials for building the house like stone, sand, etc. After reaching the site, what the driver will do, he will operate something and the truck, backside of the truck will go up and you can see the materials are falling down. So there they are using this principle only, inclined plane, to dump the wastes from the truck, etc. Okay. So these are the uses of inclined plane. So let us read. Inclined plane. A plane surface that makes an angle with the horizontal surface. A plane surface makes an angle with the horizontal surface is called an inclined plane. This is the angle. An inclined plane is another simple machine. It is often used to raise heavy objects. There are two ways to load a heavy object on a truck. You must have seen how logs of wood or barrels means container where we store water, liquids or wines, etc. Barrels of oil are loaded in trucks from lower level to higher level. We have seen loading and unloading the boxes on a heavy van and all. Okay. A wooden board is placed in the form of a ramp on the floor of the truck and the ground. So it will be easy for people to load or unload the heavy objects from lower level to higher level or from higher level to lower level. Then the log of wood is rolled along the board and lifted up slowly. Here is the example. You can see the picture how the lady is taking that trolley to reach up, isn't it? Like that, heavy logs of wood or barrels we can lift to the van or to the truck by using this kind of ramps or inclined surface from lower level to higher level. Okay children, more familiar examples like a winding road to a hill station is like an inclined plane. All the hill station road are mostly in this inclined sloping way. Why? Because it will take much time, longer distance, but with less effort, applying less force, we can go to our destination. The staircases in the buildings are like an inclined plane with steps. The steps are there, but it is a sloping surface, right? It's a shape of inclined plane only. These are the examples of inclined planes. Okay. The next type of simple machine we are going to learn is wedge. W-E-D-G-E, wedge. Wedge is another type of simple machine which has two inclined surface we say, or two inclined planes we say. Example, a knife, an axe, nail, safety pin. These are all examples of a wedge. It is used to lift objects. It is used to hold objects. It is used to push the objects apart into two. Even our teeth is an example of a wedge. Why? When we bite something, what is happening? That thing, particular thing, what we are biting, it is splitting into two parts, splitting and cutting we say, no? So that's why our teeth is an example of wedge. Understood? Let us read. A knife, an axe and a chisel act like two inclined planes. Put together are examples for wedges. We can see in the picture knife, axe, chisel. Okay, it is a simple machine. It has two inclined planes. The sharp blade of a wedge helps in splitting and cutting. Okay. Next is screw. A screw is a screw. Okay. A screw is a simple machine. It has a winding edge called thread. You can see the picture over there. A winding edge called thread. A screw is a spiral inclined plane. On the screw you can see some threads wrapping around it, isn't it? It is like an inclined plane wrapped around a cylinder, say a pencil. Example, if you cut a piece of long paper in the form of a right angle and wrap it around a pencil, the spiral edge looks like an inclined plane and the thread of the screw is an inclined plane. I will show you, wait. See. See, I have cut a long paper in the shape of a right angle. Okay. Now, I am going to wrap this around this pencil. Okay. See how. I am wrapping around a pencil. Long paper cut in the shape of a right angle I have wrapped. Now I wrapped around a pencil. Okay. Here this edge, you see the spiral edge. This is an inclined plane. Okay. The thread of the screw is an inclined plane. This is spiral edge look like thread of the screw. This is this spiral edge I am telling. Okay. This looks like a thread of a screw. And the thread of a screw is an inclined plane. We have seen different types of screws, isn't it? Screw, long, short, big one. We use things to get into the wall, we use screws, isn't it? So these are the types of simple machine. So just now we learned about screw, the fourth type of simple machine, screw. Now we are going to learn about screw jack. So how does a screw jack work? A screw jack is a mechanism that lifts heavy objects. Jacks are used frequently in racing car so that a tire can be changed. You have seen in TV, in some TV advertisements or in the workshops and all, how they repair car, or these automobiles. If there is any maintenance work, we will take the vehicles, automobiles or cars to workshop. Suppose they want to change the tire of the car. Tire got damaged. So what will they do? How they will lift? They can't lift the car up and take the tire, isn't it? So there they use the screw jack. It is a type of simple machine where we use to lift the car to change the tire. Okay. So with less effort, with minimum effort, maximum load we can raise. That is the use of the screw jack. And a screw jack is commonly used with cars but is also used in many other ways, including industrial machinery and even airplanes. There also we are using the same screw jack to do some maintenance work for this airplanes and all. They can be short, tall, thin, depending on the amount of pressure they will be under and the space they need to fit into. So a small screw is enough to fit into a wall. To hold things inside the wall, we use a small screw. But to drill the holes, we use some more big type of screw. So it depends upon the things we use. Like it can be short, it can be tall, it can be big, small. Okay. Jack is made up of various types of metals. We have seen a screw jack or screw. It is made up of metals. But the screw itself is generally made out of lead, a black substance. Okay. The screw has a thread designed to withstand an enormous amount of pressure. Already we have seen the picture of a screw where you can see several threads upon it. This is due to the fact that it is generally holding up heavy objects for an extended amount of time. For see the screw jack, once we lift it, it will be like that, right? It won't fall down, isn't it? It got it gets locked over there. So for several amount of time we need to keep that in that position so that we can do our work. The same method they are using were in workshops and all to lift the cars using the screw jack. And if they are made with a ball nut, they will last longer. And you know, they will not self lock like but still we should handle all these things with care. They won't fall down, but still we are lifting some very heavy objects using the screw jack and making it over there so that we are doing the work under it, isn't it? So still we should be more careful. Okay. So screw jack is another type of simple machine where with less effort we can lift object to its maximum. Okay, understood? This is how screw jack works. So this is fourth simple machine is screw. Now we learned about screw and also screw jack. So the next type of simple machine we are going to learn is, before that, do you enjoy riding a bicycle? Yes or no? Yes. If yes, then you are using this simple machine. What is that? Wheel and axle. Wheel and axle. Okay children, wheel and axle is another type of simple machine. Okay. So here wheels turns round a post which helps to move the things very quickly and faster. Okay. Example, wheels of a bicycle, steering of a car, door knob, water wheel. These are all examples of this type of simple machine, wheel and axle. Okay, let us read. Wheel and axle is another simple machine. It consists of a wheel with a rod attached to it. The rod is called an axle. You have seen dumbbells, no? A gym and all dumbbells, person lifting dumbbells like this. There you can see an axle in the middle, right? So when we move the wheel, the axle rotates. Wheels help people to do work in two ways. First, like levers or inclined planes, wheels allow you to do something easy for a longer time. It will take time, but with less effort, with less force, we can do our work very easier. Instead of doing something hard for a short time, if we are taking long time with less force, then it is easy, right? Yeah. If you turn a large wheel fixed into an axle, the axle will also turn. Do you see, have you ever seen this? Yes, you have seen, because you used to go to the exhibition halls and all where we have so many water rides, land rides, the giant wheel, you know. See how it rotates. It's a big wheel, isn't it? So there it works. This principle is behind the working of that giant wheel. Okay children? Yeah. So you can turn the large wheel easily by applying less force. So you can use a wheel to create a mechanical advantage. Mechanical advantage means, children, is the performance of a machine. The force produced, how much force is produced to which the force you apply. That is called mechanical advantage, the performance of a machine. Okay. So see how your pencil sharpener works. You are rotating the pencil like anything. You have to rotate it, going on rotate, isn't it? After a few minutes, your pencil will get sharpened. So no. So this is the principle behind the. Or you can do it another way around, like use a lot of force to turn the axle, and that will spin the wheels really fast. That's what the car do. While driving the car and all vehicles, we are applying less force, but all the wheels are rotating in a speed, isn't it? Depending upon the speed we used to apply there, isn't it? So also wheels on a wagon only touches the ground. Wagon wheels, you know, you can see the picture over here. Wagon wheels. Here what is happening, you know, wagon wheels only touches the ground at one spot at a time. The remaining wheels, they are touching or not, they are actually touching or not, we don't know, because that much speed that wheel is rotating. Okay. So this makes less friction. What is friction, children? when two objects rub each other, there, that is called friction. Rubbing each other, two objects rubbing each other, their friction takes place. So here wheel and the road touching, no? Yeah. So this makes less friction so that the wagon is easier to move. Than if you were pulling it along a sled. If someone is pulling it, or other than that, if it is simply running by along, you can see the wagon how it is easier to move, because as I said to you earlier, keeping the rest of the wagon off the ground, this wheels of the wagon only touches the ground only one spot at a time. Depends upon the speed, how fast it is moving. So example I told, steering of a car, wheels of a bicycle, doorknob, these are all examples of wheel and axle. Then screwdriver, egg beater, and the brace and bit, another common examples of wheel and axle. Brace and bit is a tool actually to drill holes in the wood. Okay, that's about wheel and axle. Okay. Children, have you seen water drawing from a well? How we are drawing water from a well? Suppose we are simply using a bucket to take water from a tank or well, simply tying a rope on the bucket and simply lifting it. It's a bit difficult to lift the bucket with full of water. Suppose if we are using a rope and a wheel, that is called pulley. A pulley uses a rope and a wheel. This is another simple machine. Sixth type of simple machine, pulley. A pulley uses a rope and a wheel to lift the load. Here the load is bucket full of water. Since it is used to pull things, we say it as pulley. Example, flag post. Flag post is an example of pulley. Then cranes, another example. How the cranes are lifting heavy objects. You have seen, no? Just read. A pulley is a simple machine consisting of a wheel with a groove. In that groove only we are holding the rope in between that. Okay. It is used to change the direction of force. Here we are applying the force like this while we are drawing water from the well. We are applying force here and the bucket full of water is lifting up. Okay. So it is used to lift heavy loads or to draw water from the well. A pulley consists of a circular disc made of wood. You have seen pulley here. Is an example in your textbook. See the picture over there. It consists of a circular disc made of wood or metal, and it rotates about an axle passing through its center. So while using a pulley, the load is attached to one end. To one end the load is attached. The example I told you earlier, drawing water from the well. Here the load is bucket with water and rope passing over the pulley, and the effort is applied to the other end of the rope. Means here we are applying the effort. We are using the force here to lift the bucket of water up. So effort we are applying here, and the load is bucket full of water is coming up. Okay. Builders often use a pulley to lift bricks and cement bags to top of the building. In the construction site and all, building big flats and all, there how they used to lift this cement bag and bricks to top of the building. They use this pulley system from the down to top. They have to take this bricks and all. So they are using this pulley to lift all these heavy objects. Pulleys are also used in lifts and in railways to operate signals. Traffic police employ crane to lift cars from no parking signs on roads. Suppose someone parked the vehicles, bicycle or bike or scooter or car, where there is no parking board. If we are parking over there, traffic policemen, they will come and take up our vehicle. They are not simply taking with their hands, right? They use a vehicle called crane. Crane is coming and lifting our vehicle. Have you seen that? So there also we are applying this principle, pulley. Okay. So it's time to recall, children. Now let us see what all things we have learned in this lesson. We learned about machines, isn't it? Simple machines. Machines play an important role in our lives, in our day-to-day life, because all the things what we use or wherever we go, we can see full of machines. Modern age is an age of machines. True, a machine is a device which makes our work very easier. Because of machines, we are able to work so fast. It makes our work so easier and convenient. A lever, next types of simple machine. First we learned lever. A lever is a simple machine. A screw jack is a mechanism that lifts heavy objects. Screw jack we use to lift heavy objects with less effort, with less force. We are lifting maximum objects to height. A pulley consists of a circular disc. Iron parts of machines get rusted. After so many days, if we put some iron piece here and there, you can see some dust particles. Means it will become rust, means full of black color it will become. Okay, that's called rusting. Builders often use a pulley to lift bricks and cement bags and all to top of the building. Okay, that's all for today, children. Thank you.